Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Explorer123 and this is going to be a book themed video. So for all of you bookworms out there, yay, it's book time. So before I begin, I just want to apologise that there's not been any weekly reading vlogs lately. Everything's been going on with my mum. For those of you that don't know, my mum's was in hospital. Now she's out of hospital. She literally just got home today. And I've just been so stressed and stuff, and I haven't been able to film any weekly reading vlogs. But that will changes from next week. On Monday I'm going to start a new weekly reading vlog and obviously carry on as normal after that. So anyone who's missed my weekly reading vlogs, do not worry, do not fear, they will be back. Oh yeah. But in this video I'm just going to be talking bookish stuff basically. I'm going to be telling you about some books I read recently and reading from my Goodreads list, you know, what rating I give them, if I like them or not. I've got my Goodreads open here. By the way, if you are on Goodreads and you want to follow me, such a good app. I love Goodreads. Without a doubt, it's one of my favourite apps on my phone. I'm always on Goodreads. So come and follow me. I'll put the link down below to my Goodreads page. On there you can see books I've read, want to read, and I'm currently reading. And yeah, it's a really good app if you like books. So there we go. So I'll be telling you about the books I've read recently. Also, a bit of a TBR. These are books that I want to read and I'm going to be reading next. And normally I am a bit of a mood reader. I just kind of go with the mood I'm in and, you know, the zone, what book I fancy, what genre. But I feel a bit different this time. I feel like these books are the books I'm going to read in this order. So I thought I could do a TBR with them. And also I'm going to show you the book I'm currently reading. So it's quite a lot of things in this video, but I'll try and make things quick, otherwise you'll get bored and fall asleep. Also, if you're a bookworm like myself, let me know in the comments section down below what book you are currently reading and if you are enjoying it or not. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and get on with this. So first things first, I'm going to tell you what books I've read recently. As I say, I'm going to look at my Goodreads app on my phone because otherwise I can't remember. It's quite sad actually. I've had a few books recently that I was really excited to get, and then when I got them I was like I've had to actually stop reading a couple of them midway because I just wasn't feeling them, wasn't enjoying them. I know some people, when they get a book that they're not that keen on, they still kind of carry on reading them because, you know, that's the way they are. But with me, I've got so many books that I've got that I haven't read. I don't want to kind of waste my time and energy reading a book that I'm not feeling, I'm not enjoying. You know, if I don't like the characters and I don't really care what happens to them, and the writing style isn't for me or the storyline isn't gripping me in any way, I just stop reading it and I start the next book, move on, you know. But that's just me. Not everyone's like that. So yeah, sadly recently I've read a few average okay good books and then it kind of went downhill a bit. So yeah, hopefully the new books that I'm gonna read coming up here that I'm going to show you in this video will be a lot better. But yeah, it's always sad when you've got high hopes for a book and then you read it and it's like a letdown. But anyway, so I'm going to scroll back. I can't remember where I got to with you because obviously my weekly reading vlog I stopped doing. So, The Nickel Boys, I think I said about that in my weekly reading vlog, but that, if I didn't, it was a really great book by Colson Whitehead, really thought-provoking, dealt with racism and just really thought-provoking book. And I've ordered his other book as well, which should be here soon. So, yeah, when I like an author, I tend to read other books that they've done. Oh yeah, I read Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. Now, that book was so good. I give it a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. There we go, my star rating, if you can see that. Oh my god, that was such an amazing thriller. I think that's probably been the best book that I've read in the last few weeks. It really was sensational. I think every book after that kind of, I don't know, it couldn't live up to it because that book was just so good. If you like thrillers, check it out. And as I say, it's called Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. Now, if I had more time, I'd kind of go into each book and what it's about, but just look it up on Google or Goodreads or whatever and find out about it. But if you like thrillers, wow, you need to check that book out. Very twisty-turny, and I love Lisa Jewell books so much. Okay, so then I read a book called The Mall, or The Mall, as you say in America. That was one of the books that I had to kind of just give up halfway through. I could only give it 2 out of 5 because I didn't finish reading it. I had such high hopes for that book. It was all set in the 90s. I like the kind of aspect of it mentioning lots of 90s stuff, like they were mentioning Beverly Hills 90210 and the music and the fashion. Like, that element was cool. But the actual story, so I keep looking over there because I can see a spider on the window and I'm like, ooh, but he's over there, so it's fine. Just, you know, your eye just catches it. Like, what made me even look over there? But there's a little spider on the window. Anyway, so yeah, like, it was you know, a good idea, like being set in the 90s. It was fun, but the story was just not, to me, it was not good enough. I couldn't get into it at all. The characters were okay, but it was just, I just couldn't get into it. So I stopped reading that one. And then I read The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. And this book I did like. I really enjoyed this. I also gave it a 5 stars. So here is the cover of it. If you're into contemporary fiction, this was also about racism, and it's actually set in the 90s as well. So I had 2 books in a row set in the 90s, which was pretty cool. But this book was far better. So I really, really, really recommend The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. Really good read. Okay, the other book I read, so then I went to get a thriller, and it was called Believe Me by J.P. Delaney. This one was okay. It's a thriller. I like the other book that the author did, which I can't remember the name of it now. Was it The Girl Before Me or something like that? It was a bit weird. It was like, it was okay, but I got kind of over halfway and just thought, I'm going to skim it. I'm just going to get to the end and see what happens, because I wasn't particularly... I have to care about the characters. And if I'm not, like, caring of the characters, then what is the point of reading their story? Do you know what I mean? So, and it was just all a bit weird. It didn't really go for me. So it's a shame, because I love J.P. Delaney books, but that one, not so good. I'm going to give it a 3. Next book I read was really good. It's a young adult thriller called 8 Pieces of Silver, and that was by Patrice Lawrence. I'm trying to show you these pictures here. So obviously I haven't got the books anymore. What I do with my books, what I tend to do is I read them and then I keep them in good condition and then I sell them on eBay. Unless they're like special books like that I collect a series of, for example, you know, the new Mortal Instruments is out in a few weeks. So as soon as that comes out, I'm not selling that on eBay. Like, that stays in my bookcase. But in general, I tend to read and sell on. But yeah, 8 Pieces of Silver was really, really good. And this author is the same one who wrote Orange Boy, which I've actually got on eBay now, and it turned up. So it's on my bookcase waiting to be read at some point. But yeah, really, really good. 2 sisters, one of them goes missing and she leaves kind of clues in her bedroom. And so the other sister kind of hunts her down, finds out where she's gone. And really good mystery thriller, and also really thought-provoking as well. Like, I really, you know, I love that. I thought it was a good book, and I gave it 5 stars. Ooh. Then we went a bit downhill. So these are the last 2 recent books I've read, and as I say, sadly, just not impressed with. I'm so upset about this one especially. So this is The Killings at Kingfisher Hill by Sophie Hannah. I've read so many Sophie Hannah books. She's an amazing author and a really lovely lady. I follow her on Twitter and stuff, and I hate having to sit here and say anything negative about her books, but you know, I've got to be honest, there's no point in me being fake. Do you know what I mean? I just did not enjoy this book. It's an Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, I've said that properly, book. She writes the series of the new Agatha Christie books, and I've read the others, love them, really high hopes for this one, but I just could not get into it. There was so much going on. There were so many different characters, and normally I like mysteries, you know, with the whole different characters and trying to figure out who's good and bad, but I don't know, with this one, like the characters, some of them kind of felt like they were, you know, the same person. I actually forgot who was who. I didn't know what was going on. It was all a bit confusing, and I didn't really like any of the characters either. So yeah, the story for me was not great. The book was beautiful. Like, it had a gorgeous red and gold cover. I was super excited about it, but I just couldn't go through with it. So I ended up once again kind of skimming to the end to see what happens. So I'm really sad about that one. But I would definitely read another Agatha Christie book by her, because I love her writing style normally. So yeah, I don't know. And the same with the next book that I'm going to mention now, which is Dead to Her by Sarah Pinborough. Another one of those authors that, like Sophie Hannah, I've read lots of other books. That's the cover there. I actually had a different cover. I had a cover of a girl in a swimming pool with like her arms on the swimming pool. But yeah, Dead to Her by Sarah Pinborough was just so... I don't know, weird. I had the idea that it was supposed to be a dark, twisty thriller, but for the first like 100 or so pages, it just felt very kind of romance genre and relationships, and I don't know, like it wasn't what I was looking for. And look, I'm not a prude by any means, okay, but there were some proper sordid scenes in it, which if you're reading a romance or erotica book, like that's completely fine, like fine, you know, but this was supposed to be a thriller, and it just felt like it was all sordid, you know, and I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't like either of the main characters at all. I skimmed to the end just to see what happened, and I was like, didn't really miss much. So yeah, that was kind of sad. So I had a few good books, and then, as I say, a few sort of had to give up halfway books sort of thing. So that's that on Goodreads. My reading challenge, by the way, if anyone's in the least bit interested, so on Goodreads you get a little challenge that you can do. You set it for yourself. There's no prize or anything. It is literally just for yourself, and you know, a little challenge for your reading progress throughout the year. Last year I read a lot of books, and this year I think I had a bit of a high hope that I would get to 200. So that's probably not going to happen. So far I'm on 94 of 200. So I've read 94 books out of my 200 goal challenge. Hold on, it says past challenges here. 2019, what was that? Okay, so last year I read 154. Or was 218? 2018. 2018, 185 out of 100. So I done better that year than last. Anyway, so this year basically I'm not with it. Sorry, I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure if I'll get that 200. I don't know. Maybe I will. No, we've still got a few months till the end of the year. So look, I probably won't get 200, but I think I could maybe get to like 150 or something if I try hard. So anyway, that is that. And now I'm going to quickly show you the book I'm currently reading, and that is Camp by Elsie Rosen. And yeah, it's a fun little read. It's not like an amazing epic masterpiece, but it is fun and it is cute, and I am enjoying reading it. I'm on currently page 73. My bookmark is upside down. Let me turn that round. There we go. I'm very OCD about things like that. But yeah, it's fun. It says here, putting the out in the great outdoors. So I'll read the back to you. It says 16-year-old Randy Kappelhoff loves spending the summer at Camp Outland, a camp for queer teens. It's where he meets his best friends. It's where he takes to the stage in the big musical, and it's where he fell for the hunky, I love that word, hunky, the hunky Hudson Aronson Lim, who's only into straight acting guys and barely knows Randy even exists. So this year, back at the camp, it's going to be different. So Randy has reinvented himself as Dell. So Dale is buff, masculine, and on the market. Even if it means giving up show tunes, nail polish, and his unicorn bed sheets. I've got unicorn bed sheets. Anyway, he's determined to get Hudson to fall for him. But as he and Hudson grow closer, Randy has to ask himself, how much is he willing to change for love? And is it really love anyway, if Hudson doesn't know who he truly is? So I'm hoping that he'll become himself again, and, you know, what's his name? Sorry, I forgot his name already. What's the other guy's name? Randy is, hold on, Hudson, there we go, I forgot his name. So yeah, hopefully Randy will be able to be himself, and Hudson was just love him for who he is. But, you know, it could go either way. It could go either way. He could find out he's a total jerk. I don't know. But then on the front cover, as you can see, they're holding hands. So I'm thinking that's a good sign. As I say, it's just a sweet little fun read. It is quite funny. There's some moments so far that have really made me, you know, sit and read and giggle to myself. So, yeah, it's cool. But it's not like a big old epic book that, you know, gives you the feels. But it's nice. And I think after reading those really, you know, not books that I loved, this might just kind of get me back into the zone again. So anyway, that's the current book, and now I'm quickly going to show you my TBR. These are books that I plan on reading in this order. And as I said, I don't normally do orders. I'm a very mood reader type of person, but I want to do these. I am selling these on eBay afterwards as well, which is another reason why I want to read them, because while they're new, hopefully I'll, you know, make a little bit of profit on them and get a bit of my money back at least. So After camp, I'm going to be reading this one here, which is Mexican Gothic. This sounds a little bit like a kind of Rebecca De Mornay book, with a twist, very kind of spooky. And it says here, a luscious, sensual take on a haunted house novel that will effortlessly, there you go, wrap you in its spell. I loved it. It's by Sylvia Marino Garcia, Mexican Gothic, and it says at the back here, he's trying to poison me. You must come for me, Naomi. You have to save me. So, yeah, spooky house, spooky people by the looks of it. I love the kind of font as well of it all. This front cover is just gorgeous. Look at that beautiful front cover. So, yeah, that's going to be my next book. Mega excited about that. I hope it's not going to be a letdown. I hope it's going to be good. And then after that, I'm going to be reading The Assignment. So, well, actually, it's either The Assignment or Within These Walls. So, there's me about having an order, but sort of. But it's going to be one of them next. So that is, this book turned up in the post today from eBay, and I'm mega excited to read about this book because I've had this on my Goodreads to read list for so long, ever since I first heard about it. It came out in America first, and as ever in the UK we have to wait and wait. I get really upset sometimes because I watch a lot of US booktubers and they'll show these books and I'm like, oh my god, that sounds amazing. I go on Waterstone's website or I go on eBay and there's nothing. It's not out yet, so we have to wait like 6 months sometimes. But yeah, I've managed to get this on eBay, luckily. So it's called The Assignment. It is by Liza Weimer. So this is going to be quite a hard-hitting novel to read. It says, would you speak up for what is right? So I'll read to you. I'm not going to read all of these, but I will read this one. So it says, senior year, when an assignment given by a favourite teacher instructs a group of students to argue for the final solution, a euphemism for the Nazi plan of genocide of the Jewish people. Logan March and Cade Crawford are horrified. Their teacher cannot seriously expect anyone to complete an assignment that fuels intolerance and discrimination. Logan and Cade decide they must take a stand. So as the school administration addresses the teens' refusal to participate in the appalling debate, the student body, their parents and the larger community are forced to face the issue as well. The situation explodes into anger. What will it take for tolerance, justice and love to prevail? It says it's in the vein of the classic The Wave. I've never heard of that book, but it says it's about the wave. This riveting novel explores discrimination and anti-Semitism and reveals their dangerous impact. Choices can make a difference. So I am Jewish. I always go on about it, so you're probably used to me saying it, but I am Jewish, and I like reading books of that nature, and I hope other people do as well that are non-Jewish or just not even into religion, because we must keep learning about hate that is out there, and we must learn to keep fighting that hate. Sadly, I suffer a lot of anti-Semitic bullying online, whether it's on my YouTube comments, whether it's on my Twitter, even on Instagram I've had a few. So I hate basically. I hate people being nasty and horrible to people just because of their faith, their colour, their sexuality, and we must continue to fight that battle. I look on the news and it's such a scary place. All these horrible people are kind of coming out of the woodwork and being really nasty and aggressive, and I think people need to keep fighting the good fight, as they say. So yeah, it's going to be quite a hard-hitting book, but I think it's going to be a good read. And then we go to Within These Walls, which is by Naya Alborn, and this is a creepy cover. Oh, I love this cover so much. It's so creepy. I love creepy. So this one, it says here, cruel, bone-chilling and destined to become a classic, horror mystery thriller kind of thing. So it's about this writer, and his marriage is on the rocks, his life's kind of not going anywhere, and he's not really getting any work and stuff. And then he gets contacted by this prisoner who's in in for life, and he's on death row, and he contacts this guy and says, hey, do you want to write my story? And this guy who's on death row is also he was a cult leader, basically. So he had this house where all the cult used to live, and he says, if you want to write my story and stuff, you have to go and stay in the house that the cult were living and stuff. And so the writer goes there to do some writing, but obviously while he's there, there's stuff in the walls, there's spooky stuff happening, there's the spiders moving. Sorry, that's not the book, I'm just looking at the window. Oh, go away. Yeah, spooky stuff happens, obviously old memories and that, so yeah, I think this is going to be really freaking creepy. I mean, there's a girl, it looks like a ghost behind an old manky curtain, so it's you know, it's the way forward. I love a bit of horror. And the last book that, as I say, is going to be on my to read very soon is by Kate Reid Perry. Yeah, Kate Reid Perry. This is such an interesting book cover. I've not seen a book cover like this. It's like 4 book covers on 1 book cover. So much book cover. But yeah, this is supposed to be really good. It says here, mind-blowing, page-turning, unputdownable, heartwarming, empathic, formally inventive horror suspense thriller. That was a long sentence for 1 book. You know as well as anyone the danger of selling a woman's story as truth. So this is a bit of a mixture of a thriller, a suspense thriller, a horror, and I think there's also to do with sexual assault as well. So it's a bit quite a read, quite a dark read by the looks of it. But this is a special edition limited version. So there's all different artwork inside and stuff. And yeah, psychological thriller, horror story, campus novel, and a bit of a crime noir. So yeah, there you go. So they are the books I'm planning on reading sort of, you know, next. And maybe you've got some ideas for some books watching this video, who knows. Whew, so hot in here. By the way, the reason why I'm all in black with a black backdrop, I've literally just been filming a part of a collab for someone on my other channel. I won't go into it because it's, you know, it's not out at the moment, but there's an amazing ASMR creator that I absolutely adore, without a doubt one of my favourite creators, and they asked me to do a collab with them, or to do a little kind of guest part in their video collab sort of thing, and I was like, yes, I'm definitely up for that. And for that video I had to have like a black background. I think they're putting like, you know, effects in there and green screen in it or whatever. I had to wear black, and I didn't have my hair tied up like this. My hair was all like wild and stuff. So that's why I'm sitting here all in like this black background. And I wanted to film this video, and I thought, well, I might as well just leave the background up. There you go. That was a really exciting story, wasn't it? Not. Listen, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've got some good book ideas during this video. And hey, don't forget to tell me what book you're currently reading, what you're thinking about it. Are there any books coming out soon that you're really excited for? As ever, there's always books coming out that I'm excited for. But the main one comes out on the 1st of September. And oh, it's exciting. I've pre-ordered it from Waterstone, so I get it hopefully on the day it comes out. And it is by the one and only Cassandra Clare. So yeah, it's the new Mortal Instruments book. I really can't remember the name of it. It's just terrible. I've gone blank. It's the new one about Magnus and the white. Hold on, I'm gonna have to ask Nathan because he'll have his phone on him. He can. This is so embarrassing. I'm a Mortal Instruments fan. Excuse me. Can you please tell me the name of the new Cassandra Clare book? Is it The Lost White or The City of Spells or something, please? He's looking it up. I can't believe I forgot the name of it, but I have pre-ordered it. He's just looking on his phone. Mortal Instruments is, by the way, without a doubt, my favourite book series ever. So
The Lost Book of White.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mwah. The Lost Book of White. There we go. I was kind of there-ish. So yeah, I pre-ordered that. That's the book I'm most excited about. And also, I have ordered a book today. I said to Nathan I wasn't going to order any books today, but I'm a rebel. No, but this is important. This is the last one in the trilogy of the Smoke Thieves trilogy by Sally Green. I was bored and I just happened to look on Goodreads to see what new books were coming out in this month, and I'd already noticed that I'd clicked want to read, and it was the last one in the trilogy series of the Smoke Thieves. There was the Smoke Thieves, the Demon World, and this is number 3. I can't think of the name of that either, but it was the Burning something, but I ordered that and it was only like £6, so bargain. So I've got to collect that in a couple of days from Waterstones. But yeah, I absolutely love the Smoke Thieves series, so this is going to be like the last one. You get to find out what happens, so yeah, I'm quite excited about that. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome if you did. Don't forget to smash the notification bell. It's really important that you do smash that bell because otherwise you don't get to find out when I've uploaded new videos. You don't get to find out when I'm streaming live. So please, please, please smash the bell and you'll get a notification. Well, hopefully you'll get a notification if they work properly. Also, if you want to support me and my channel and get some awesome channel perks, press that join button now. For as little as £1 or $1 a month, you can support my channel and become a member of the 123 family. Okay, so you get some awesome things, including shout outs in videos and live streams, early access to videos before anyone else gets to see them. You get to use the minxy emojis in the chat room, in live streams and premiere chat rooms as well. So there's other bits and pieces as well. But yeah, come and join. It'd be awesome. And I'm only a few more channel members away from unlocking some new minxy emojis to use. So, you know, please join. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. And I promise you next week from Monday, I'll start filming the weekly reading vlog. So you'll see how I'm getting on with these books that I've just mentioned. So, yeah. All right, everyone, take care and I'll see you soon. Happy reading.